Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Okay, good morning. No word today. Congratulations to all our winners in the Money for Nothing $1,000. You there, Camo?
Oh boy, I am.
Oh boy, yeah, Monday, right? Hey, did you know that? Have you ever heard of? Do you know anybody who's been pickpocketed? Anybody?
I don't think so. Why have you?
I heard the same statistic over the weekend. I don't know why. It's the craziest thing. No, I haven't. Listen, I lived in downtown Seattle. Okay,
Right.
I think pickpocketing. I think of pickpocketing as such an old form of crime, like from the 60s and 70s, like when guys wore loose pants, you see, and, you bump into a man and you reach your hand in his pocket and you pull his wallet. I mean, it's not like people don't wear pickpocketable clothes anymore.
Yeah, if I don't think, well, number one, I don't ever carry anything in my pockets because I hate the way it feels. Because I think the way clothes are designed nowadays, it's tighter. I would feel somebody getting into my back pocket for my wallet. How do you not feel that? How do you not? I mean, I know they do this thing where they supposedly bump into you and they shrug shoulders with you, or there's some kind of other contact that distracts you from when they're grabbing your, something out next to your butt. But if somebody's touching my butt, I can feel it.
Yes,
I've never understood that. Or inside my coat pocket.
But you know how the pickpocket works. They bump into you and they're like, oh, sorry about that. And then as they're doing that, they're very skilled at reaching into your pocket, and you're just thinking about the person bumping into you and not reaching into your pocket.
Right.
And you move on, and then later on, you're like, oh, wait, where's my wallet? Oh, that guy bumped into me. And you look back and he's gone. I mean, at least the only reference point I have for it is in the movies, and that's it.
Exactly.
And that's the only time I've ever seen it done. So I don't ever like think about it as being something that would be a problem.
Have you ever tried to interrupt a preemptive strike, meaning you felt like you were somewhere and you thought, well, you know what, this is a good chance somebody might pickpocket me here. So you move your wallet from your back pocket to your front pocket where it's more secure and deeper. I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I see him coming, and I get into a fighting stance. I got ready to cry chop him right in his jugular.
See, then that's all you need to do if you see him coming. But the thing is, normally you don't see him coming.
That's called a robbery. That's not called a pickpocket. Like a pickpocket is something that is like discreet, and you don't recognize it.
Yeah, you don't see a pickpocket coming. I mean, that's.
But
just
I guess
that
okay.
happens.
But here we're thinking as guys. What about women?
Well, they get their purse jacked, right?
Well, that's if you get your purse jacked, like okay. But I think of my wife. Her purse is always wide open wherever we go, showing all the business in her side of her purse.
Does she have a big bag? It's more like a bag than a purse.
Like a bowling bag.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend, I don't even think anyone could come and like swipe it. Like if someone came and grabbed it, they're taking her with her.
But it's not that. It's reaching in and grabbing something out of it. It's very
She
easy.
doesn't zip it up. Or there's a lot of purses nowadays, you don't even come with a zipper.
Think about it. If your girlfriend is walking down the street and somebody bumps into her as she's holding her purse, they can reach into the purse very easily, grab something out of it, say, oops, sorry, bumping into you, and then keep on moving. So I'm thinking that the majority of the percentage of people that said that they've been pickpocketed, wasn't it 14%? So,
yes, they've been pickpocketed.
So the percentage of the people that have been pickpocketed must be women. The majority of that 14% must be women, because it's easier to pickpocket a woman than it would be a man. Just because a man, we don't carry purses.
What do you think is the percentage of people who just dropped something and were like, oh, I must have gotten...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like they
where this happens,
and they're
apparently.
blaming it on somebody else?
This happens usually if you go into another country. I remember when we went over to Europe. Europeans apparently are big in pickpocketing, and that's one thing I was reading about in the pamphlet they got. Hey, be prepared, because there's a lot of pickpocketing that happens, especially at the airports. Be prepared. And my fear was, well, I'm going to have my passport on me. If I lose my passport, I'm in another country. That would terrify me.
Yeah.
So I kept it.
How do you get home?
I kept it in my underwear.
Really?
Yeah.
You hold it in your prison wallet?
No,
I would keep it in my sock.
right down there in the front,
I would keep it in my
and
sock.
it didn't bother me. A passport you can't keep in a sock.
You can too.
No, it's hard. It's square.
Right.
It's got a hard cover.
But
Or harder.
But
Firm.
you can get a cover, a passport cover. Well, just the passport part of it, like the cover put away in your suitcase.
No,
or
it's
whatever.
a book. It
No, I
doesn't.
understand
you
that.
can't tear it out.
Yeah, I understand that. But when you take the passport out of the passport cover and you just stick it in your sock, it conforms to the size.
I'm just meant the passport book itself is hard. It's,
right? Yeah, I
I don't have a cover for it that way. I don't have a cover on top.
Yeah, but
of
the
it.
passport it still conforms.
It can
enough.
bend.
It
Yeah,
conforms
sure.
enough to where it would
Oh,
conform
okay.
around your
Seemed like it'd be uncomfortable.
your calf. Well, I mean, if you need it, but if not, you'd keep it locked up in your safe deposit box in your hotel room. Which I don't know if I trust those because I mean, like they've got to be able to open those right with the hotel. I'm not trusting anybody anymore.
What's your code?
What
1, 2, 3, 4.
What went on over the weekend? I'm not trusting anybody anymore with anything.
Yeah, I always wonder about those hotel safes. And it's like, yeah, put your code in, and then we put our code in. But how many people just do 1, 2, 3, 4, or the four corners? I'll tell you how many people will sit there and do 1, 3, 7, 9 is there, or some form of 1, 9, 7, 3. You know what I mean?
I've not even thought about that. But now I know.
I've broken into places that
I know how to get yours.
Oh, that's not mine.
I know what yours is.
No, you don't.
1, 1, 1,
No,
1.
it's 0023
No,
1, 1,
or
1,
1123.
because my birthday.
Yeah,
No.
that's exactly what it is. Too. I totally nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah, you got me, my good fellow. You have found me out. I used my birthday, the most obvious pin ever,
Wait, did I just tip my hand?
except for 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think I just tipped my hand. Let's go to break.
93.3 KZOZ rocks the 805.
If I was to ask you guys, which number is higher? The percentage of people that did not go to their high school prom or the percentage of people that always use the same shampoo? Which number do you think is higher?
You said people that didn't go?
Did not go to high school prom
Or they use the same
did
shampoo.
always use the same brand of shampoo. Which
Okay.
number is higher?
Go ahead. Cameron, you go first.
I feel like this is a trick question. I'm going to say prom.
I'm going to say shampoo. Because I'm a guy, and I never change my shampoo.
But you were saying it was a trick question, right? Because of the fact that you think it's actually shampoo. But the reason why I'm bringing it up because you're skeptic of my ruse.
I'm skeptic. Yeah, I think I think you're trying to get me. Like
How's it getting you? We just asked you a question.
I'm trying to get you. 62% of online voters said that they did not attend their high school prom versus 34% of online voters who said that they always use the same brand of shampoo. Yeah, well, you don't win anything, Cameron. But
Boy, you sure are proud of yourself. So let me get this straight.
I find that astonishing.
I do too because
I would have
everybody
thought
went
that
to our
those
prom.
numbers were totally different.
Yeah, I remember everybody went to our prom, and I went to my wife's prom, who was a class ahead of me, and everybody went to that. Oh, no, I didn't. That was a junior prom, sorry. I tried to take her to her prom, and I went to the wrong place. She missed her prom.
I remember I went to every single prom, even when I was a freshman, and I thought it was interesting because I was like, "Oh, do I even belong here? What's going on with this?"
Did they do proms outside of school? Like ours were always outside at a special place.
So the airport.
The airport.
We did it at the airport once. It was called,
Like
the theme was On the Wings of Love.
On the wings of love. I love it.
How cheesy is that?
God, I thought that was an 80s song.
It was, but
That was the
themes came for that. Then it got way more progressive in the next year, and it was Forever Young, and I forget where.
Oh, God, you know what ours was? It's not creative at all, but it was The Dance. And, of course, what was the song?
The Dance.
Garth Brooks, The Dance.
that is not creative at all, because that's just like the dance. The prom is just the dance.
It's such a great
I forget
song,
where
Perfect for
the
prom.
sophomore and the junior year proms were. They were very forgettable locations.
Weren't
I
you the
guess.
king or something? Didn't you become king of prom?
No, I've never quit king.
Oh, I thought for some reason you were the king.
I used to be president. I like to spread the wealth.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be
Okay,
like-
Donald.
I'd be like, you know
No,
what?
I'll spread the wealth.
Just take me out of the running for the king, please. I'm the ASB president. And the last year was Under the Sea, because it was at the Seattle Aquarium. So,
And I'm guessing that song was popular. Under the sea. I mean, it's high school. You can't, give kids some credit. Did you go to your prom? I'm going to guess Cameron did not.
I went to my junior and senior year proms. My senior year proms, me and my friends stole all the cookies and left.
oh, fun.
Yeah, I figured you were. You're like
Rebels.
right out of 13 Reasons
I
Why,
danced
aren't
with
you?
the person I wanted to, and I bounced.
Rebels. But I mean, how many cookies could have been at the Independence High School prom?
No, I was going to, so Independence is actually, they share theirs with Paso High.
Yeah.
So
I figured
yeah.
as much as they felt bad for you guys, I'm sure. And then they
felt
invited.
bad
They
for
invited. They're like, "What? We gotta have the Independence people over.
Yeah.
We need somebody to steal all the cookies, all the bad kids."
You had more guy friends in high school than girlfriends, didn't you, Cameron?
No, it was pretty mixed.
Was it? Okay.
Like, wait, do you mean like girlfriends, like relationships?
No, I'm
or
just
friends
I'm just teasing you.
No, friends.
okay.
No, just actual friends. I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, just friends.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's pretty mixed. Yeah.
Yeah. How many people went to Independence?
Oh, geez, I
50.
don't know. A couple hundred.
Oh, couple.
Couple hundred.
It's pretty good.
Well, yeah, you have to remember it's Liberty, which is the like continuation normal day-to-day school, and then there's Independence, which is the one where it's like homeschooling essentially, like online work.
Oh, okay. So which one's right across the street from Paso Robles High School?
That's Liberty.
Oh, okay. That's the one I always picture you going to, and that one is the bad kid school.
I mean, like
The alternative,
I said,
Jeff.
I
It's
went
called
there
alternative high
early.
school. It's not bad kids. It's alternative.
I was a good boy.
So you're telling me you still went to the Paso Robles High School proms, even though you didn't go to Paso Robles?
Yeah, actually, I still had one class at Paso High. I did my video class there.
Can you send us a picture of you at prom?
Yeah, sure. I could probably find one. Let me see.
Yeah.
Where would your proms take place?
What? The wineries.
Yeah, I mean, but it's so awesome to be able to go to school
Right.
in Paso Robles or Templeton, for that matter, because your venues are like world class.
Yeah, which one?
venues?
Which prom did you? Which winery did you go to for senior prom?
I don't remember which one that is. That one was out, I think, near Creston.
See, I mean,
So
and
one of
that's
those.
another thing is there's so many of them. And there's so, like, when you grow up here, you take things like
Yeah, but
that for,
There's
for
not a lot of
advantage.
venue spaces at winery. I mean, there's only a handful of venue spaces that would be able to hold a prom. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, true.
Kind of
Sure.
like
Rava.
Like Rava.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
like-
you.
yeah.
But I don't think Rava was around when you were. When did you graduate high school?
I graduated in 2018.
Oh, so maybe it was
Rava-
around.
Rava would
Maybe
be-
you were at Rava.
I think I know my junior year. I don't remember. Is it Tooth and Nail now, or is it
The
Easy
Castle?
Vet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Castle one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's a pretty popular place for that.
That's a cool place to have a prom.
Hell yeah. You think about it?
I had been there before because I had some family. They wanted to do a wedding there, so I kind of was already spoiled. And when I got there, I was like, oh wow, they cut off like 75%.
What do you mean they cut off 75%?
Well, all the other areas contained wine, and because we're all big baby virgins, we can't, be
Access
near
those
wine. It might
areas?
tempt us.
I see. No, that makes sense. That makes sense because you know what I would have tried to do if any of my proms
Steal a
were
wine?
held,
Yeah.
were held at a
Yeah.
winery. I would have tried to get in and get some
Do you have any
wine.
prom pictures?
No.
I mean, come on. You
there-
took them. I mean,
that's
we
not
all
true.
took them.
That's not true.
They
And
got to
we-
be somewhere.
We've moved recently, so everything's like up in the air right now. But
we should all post our prom pictures.
I think
You've seen mine.
Do have some. I think I do have some at home. I would have to double check though, and I'm not sure if they're at home. They might be in storage.
You saw mine. You've seen it before. It was at my wedding, but yeah. Why is that?
I guess if you marry the person that you
we went to
prom-
high school together. So
prom
Charlene
with,
put
yeah.
together a timeline of high school and college, and then currently. So, anyways, all right.
Anyways, if you did not, I feel bad because here we are talking about all our prom stories, and 62% of people did not attend their high school prom.
I can't even believe that. Almost like the pickpocketer thing.
I mean, but you have 4 years to do it. That's what I don't understand. Why that number is so big.
Everything.
Yeah, you got the money to afford it. So
Yes.
do it.
So he can blow that money on all that extra
That's
stuff.
not blowing it because
That's not blowing
No, that is maintaining your investment. Really, I mean, if you take your body,
What would be the equivalent from what we do
you've seen
to maintaining our investment?
You've seen the Seahawks offensive line. They're not putting any money in that.
No.
So he needs to make sure to put money into his own.
Very true. But I guess I was thinking when I heard that it's kind of like blowing money because he could work out. He doesn't need to have. I'm sure the Seahawks provide a facility and trainers and dietitians
it's like Oprah.
and all that kind of stuff, right?
It's like Oprah. Oprah made a bunch of money, right? And so she had people cook food for her. And
but it's different because she works for herself. Russell Wilson gets paid and works for the Seahawks, and they provide all this stuff for him.
Right.
But he's gone out and decided to get his own. I get it, what you're saying.
What's going to preserve your career longer, though? Because they'll only, there's a certain point that they'll provide, but is it meeting the level in which you need to maintain, peak level performance for, into his late 30s? Because he's 30 now, I mean, what statistics show he's got about 4 or 5 years best left in him. So, but Tom Brady type statistics show that you could go another 10 to 12 years. So, at this point in time, especially in his career, he needs to start thinking about preserving his body.
Well, I was thinking about this, and since I know that you don't spend money on taking care of your body like Russell Wilson does,
I do.
I'm sure Cameron doesn't, and I don't either. I know we all have bad habits. I was thinking, what do we blow money on? Because I was kind of thinking like, yeah, I agree with you. This is taking care of his investment, which is his career, but at the same time, he works for an organization worth hundreds of millions of dollars that provide all this if he would like it. Obviously, he's chose to go out because he makes enough money. He's the highest paid player in the NFL to go out and pay for it himself, which is I love as a fan of that team and a fan of Russell Wilson that he's taking care of himself like that. What is it that you blow the most money on, Cameron?
Video games, probably.
Jeff. This is tough for Jeff. Jeff does not like to blow money.
I don't.
How about gas, driving around looking at all these houses that you're trying to buy?
Yeah, but I mean,
You're looking at houses. You are into this. I mean, I get it, but you're driving all over the place.
Yeah, Saturday morning I had to go look at one.
What do you do on the weekends? You don't ever stay home. You guys are out. You're running around. I think if
we're looking at houses,
I don't think you ever blow money, but I'm saying if there was anything you blow money on, it would probably be gas.
No, I mean, I don't really think you could count kids as blowing money. Like, can I
entertaining them?
Yeah, like gifts for kids.
Talk to my dad. Kids are to be seen and not heard.
Like, there's a gift, and I'm not going to say what it is that my son wants. And
you're blowing money on gifts for your kids?
You can buy it used,
right?
Which I'm a big proponent of because I'm like, yeah, it's a toy. Eventually, he's going to outgrow it. And my wife's like, no, you can't buy used. That's janky. So now there's this push and pull between us. That's about a $300 push and pull.
So wait a second. This toy is $300 new?
No, it's $500 new.
And $300 used?
It'll be $200 used.
And where do you find this? Like on Craigslist or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But she's not.
She wants to go new.
I'm like, I can clean it up. It's already assembled. You don't have to worry about it getting assembled.
It's nothing he puts in his mouth, right? It's not like a musical instrument.
Come on. No, God, no.
Okay.
No.
And it's nothing he wears?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to think what would be the harm of having it used.
Right. That's what I say. I'm like, hey, you used. You know it works.
I mean, there's certain things I would never buy used, like cell phones and laptops, like because you just don't know what kind of condition, and I don't want to deal with if there's something wrong with it. I have to fix that.
I once bought a Razor back in the day off of eBay. I learned my lesson big time with this one. I needed a replacement phone, and this was before smartphones, so I bought a Motorola Razor.
You meant an electric razor? I'm like, gross.
I bought a Motorola Razor, and I bought it from some guy in Texas, and I got it, and I went to plug it in, and it wasn't receiving a charge. He sold me a bunk phone. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Because you're always trying to save a buck.
What do you do?
And that's the gamble, right? But a lot of times you save money. And I don't think you ever blow money. I know I blow money on food, going out, drinking, and eating, and things like
spend
that.
A lot of money on that.
And it used to be going out on Friday nights with friends and just drinking for hours, and I don't do that. I've done that in years. Now it's going out with my wife and other couples, and we'll tear it up a little bit.
You'll lay down some change on some food.
And so Lau this week, and especially since the Rona started, we've been eating at home. And so last night I got my chicken thighs, and I grilled them, and then I put some of that Yoshida's on there, and I made brown rice, and then I made it I fried it with butter and sesame oil. Anyways, I made fried rice and grilled chicken at home, and I said, "How much do you think this dinner cost us tonight?"
Right.
And we have leftovers. She says, "I bet you we spent $5 on combined."
I know.
When we go out to dinner,
it
would have been $70, $80.
50 minimum.
Oh,
yeah,
easy.
Yeah, 50
easy.
minimum.
I
Yeah.
got to have a drink.
Yeah.
She's going to have a drink.
But you can make that.
I'm going to order a glass of wine. $100.
The folks at Refined have given us all these great recipe cards in which to make drinks, which I'm finding I'm drinking a lot more since. I
haven't been drinking
there's
as
where
much, but I have it to drink.
No, I have been ever since we've started doing these extra breaks.
Well, you get the free cocktail stuff, yeah. You get the free booze.
Well, but you have to buy the booze to replace it because eventually it goes out. But then I'm left with so much mixer. This is where I'm blowing my money is on booze, okay? Because I feel like the mixer is so good that they give us. But then I end up having leftover mixer because that mixer goes a long way.
It does.
You're using like a half an ounce of mixer per drink, whereas a bottle make you 15, 20 drinks maybe. My drinks tend to be 10 to 15 because I pour a little bit more. I like to be able to taste the alcohol in the drink. And I swear, I'm sitting on all these mounds of mixers, and I'm like, I gotta go buy more booze. Gotta buy vodka.
Where do you buy your booze from?
Gotta buy vodka. Gotta buy gin.
If you want cheap booze and you want cheap vodka, there's no better deal than Kirkland.
Yeah.
The frosted bottle, $12.99, $12.95, whatever it is.
I do have a couple of those at my house.
And for making a cocktail, it's awesome. Anyways, we're asking you what you blow your booze on. You can get on the 805 lines. It's 805-543-3693.
I did notice that Vaughn's is selling Refined, though.
Oh, yeah, no, they'll sell it.
I didn't know that.
But, I mean, when you buy craft spirits like that, I mean, to me, it's a special occasion drink. I'm not drinking that at just Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. I'm going to wait till...
You drink?
Wait till 5.
You drink cocktails at 8 o'clock?
Bloody Marys.
Saturday morning?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm usually hungover. I got to drink. I got a Bloody Mary to get the day going again. That's why you shouldn't drink, Cameron. It's a good thing you don't.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.